right. So that leads me to a conversation that I was having because that I was working with a couple that I was working with, right? So we were going over just talking about the foundational principles for marriage, and I was telling that one of the foundational principles for marriage is mutual submission. But that's not something that a lot of people necessarily talk about a lot, right? We talk about the wife submit, right? But it says for the husband to love his wife like Christ loved the church and died for her. So you see that there was a level of submission, but it was in a different type of way. He gave up his life and his personal feelings. He gave up himself for the church. So he submitted his life for the church. So there has to be mutual submission in that, right? Because even in knowing your role as the husband, the leader, the head of the household, and all that stuff, it says to live with your wives in an understanding way, giving respect to her as joint heirs with you of the gracious gift of life. So it's a joint heir. So it's an equal partnership, right? So even though this is something I had to learn as well too, because I think oftentimes we as husbands we could get a little carried away in like being the head, right? Because we don't necessarily understand that in being the head, in order to lead well, you have to consider the feelings of your partner and also to consider the feelings of what the family, right?